trying to be a parent, but I gotta run an errand. I promise when I'm back, I'ma feed my kid a carrot. Damn, this stuff is tough, man, I thought it was inherent. I'm trying to be a parent. I'm trying to be a parent. Sometimes you gotta drink, cause that shit can be kinda stressful. Sometimes you hit the blunt, cause that green will help you rest, yo. You know your ass be slacking when you gotta look up things on YouTube. Like, bro, how you wipe your baby boo-boo? Now welcome to the podcast. Trying to parent
and make moms laugh.
Who you know got it like the King's family. Amanda and Sean, it's the name G. Yeah.
Now welcome to the podcast.
Trying to parent and make pops laugh. Who you know got it like the King's family. Amanda and Sean, it's the name G. Yeah.
You.
What up?
Welcome back. Episode 41. It's Sunday. The last Sunday of your life. Nope, it's the last Sunday of the month.
I hope not.
Sunday, August 27th. And we're here.
Yep.
At the Trying to Parent podcast. Like I said, episode 41. Yeah, we got some good stuff to talk about today. But before we do all of that,
You guys know the deal.
do we want to jump into the social?
Sure.
Make sure I don't blow people's ears out.
Let's get social.
Social.
With social media.
Let's get social.
All right, you guys, if you're new, welcome. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook at trying2parent. You can also follow us on YouTube at trying2parent. Wherever you're listening, you know, especially if it's an Apple podcast, please give us 5 stars, leave us a nice review. We're trying to get this thing up and going, so we would really appreciate it. And definitely feel the love with the comments that are already on there. So thank you if you already have. We notice.
And we won't have a caller for a little while because, you know what? Maybe we'll do a caller episode next week and we'll do another episode. So double up on the episodes. So when we're gone, we can have one to post.
You could probably do that.
While we're there.
Busy.
Yeah, it would be very busy, but that information would be.
I just met you.
This is crazy.
But here's my number.
Listen closely.
360-450-5008.
So call me maybe.
Nope, don't call. We'll call you. That's how this thing works.
You can text us, though.
You can text us.
Yeah.
So, we're back.
Texas.
Text us. You could text us. And we're moving
Yep.
in a few days. So I think last time
We were looking at places.
Is that what it was? Last time we were looking at places? I think we had found a place at that point. I think we had kind of locked that down.
We had said that we liked it, but I don't think I paid the deposit
definitely
until
hadn't paid.
Monday.
No, you definitely hadn't paid.
Yeah.
But they were trying to slide some other people in there to look at it. Like,
Yeah, skirt.
no, homie.
Hold up.
That's
we
our
like
place.
it.
That's us. That's us, homie. So, got a place. Moving in on, what is that, Friday?
Yep, Friday, September 1st.
Friday, September 1st.
Wake up.
And then we turn around and we get ready to leave for Arizona and then Japan. So,
Literally 1 week later.
yeah, it's like a tight transition here.
Yeah.
Short window to adjust in, but we'll make it happen.
We're just going to have to like dump everything in the house, come here, clean it real good, and then like leave for 2 weeks.
Yep. Nina will hold the house down while we're gone, though.
Not our house, though.
No, we took her over a friend's place today, our friends that we drove down to Mexico with, and she got to hang out with their doggo, which is a bulldog, and they got along great.
Cute. Yeah.
So, no issues there. She'll be happy. She'll not even know that we left. I think. Maybe.
We'll see. If it starts raining a lot, maybe she'll be like, oh my God, they left me in this loud place.
Yeah, that was pretty loud. That was weird.
Yeah, their skylights really, well, it's been raining.
It's been raining.
So there was Tropical Storm 10, which is now about to be converted into a hurricane.
Uh-oh.
It has a name with an I. I don't even know. ID something. No.
What?
Yeah, exactly. So it's really funny because like last week there was a hurricane on the Pacific side, and my brother and my best friend reached out and they're like, "Oh my God, are you going to be okay? There's like a hurricane in Mexico," and I'm like,
Do you guys not know where Cancun is?
"I'm like, yeah, that's a wrong side of the United States."
Thousands of miles away from where we're at, but I appreciate your interest. It's actually probably more concerning to you
Yeah, it hit
where
like
you're located.
San Diego, Los Angeles area. And then this one, I didn't even know about it. Your mom sent us a text this morning. I had no idea there was a tropical storm here. It
Makes
literally,
sense. Been fucking raining a lot.
yeah, it's literally like over Cozumel. Like it's here.
It's here.
But it's not a hurricane yet. So it hasn't even been windy.
It
It's
will be when it gets to Florida.
Yeah, it'll be hella windy. They said like 90-mile-an-hour winds at that point on Tuesday. But
Not my state, not my problem. Florida, you had that shit coming. Sorry, man.
it'll hit your sister though, so that's not good.
Yeah, that's true.
But the rest of Florida, no. Yeah, so I didn't even know that shit was here, but it makes sense because it's been raining a lot. But it hasn't been bad at all. But yeah, it's only a tropical storm, so it's not like it's a big deal right now.
That'll actually be a good thing. If it keeps raining the next couple of days and we go to the new place, we can see if there's any like leaks or anything,
Oh, yeah, that's good.
which is important.
Well, it's supposed to stop raining on Tuesday, so it'll be all dried up by then.
We'll see.
Maybe.
But those places are like a year old, so should be pretty good. You guys know how it goes when you're getting ready to leave a place and you're like finding every little thing wrong with it. And
Or like you're getting
neighbors.
ready to leave a relationship and everything they does just really fucking irritates you. You're like,
really
little do
grinds
you
my
know,
gears.
I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Really grind my gears, dude. You're like, I've been waiting to break up with you for a fucking minute, and go ahead, say something else. You don't even know yet, but
exactly.
you think we're good.
This house is that. The
Yeah.
neighbors.
I think the house knows we're about to break up with it because almost all of our stuff is gone. So,
Gosh.
pretty excited to be
Yeah.
coming to Arizona. I guess I call it 2 weeks from now.
2
Kinda
weeks
2
from
weeks.
2 days ago.
Yeah, so less than 2 weeks. Stoked to see all of our friends. I think we're still trying to figure out the details of the baby shower
I have to call my mom right after this.
because we're getting quite a few people that want to come and see Amanda and the baby.
And you. Because you will be there.
And I will be there. They would like to see the father of the baby too. And we're supposed to be doing it at Amanda's parents' house, but I think it's getting to the point where,
It's like almost 40 people now.
yeah, so might need to move it to the brewery,
Legit party.
just right around the corner,
Yeah.
right over there. Plus, then we can have alcohol. So
Well, yeah, my plan was just to go to the
brewery
bar after.
afterwards, but having 40 people in your parents' place, I mean, just parking and everything, that doesn't seem like a
Yeah, that
a
was my
great
dad's
situation.
concern.
Great situation. So
Parking. My
parking,
dad
yeah.
doesn't like to turn
He was
the
concerned
air
about
on.
parking. He doesn't want to turn the air on, but he also doesn't want people drinking in this place, and it's just all sorts of things. We should just go elsewhere.
Like,
Cost a couple $100 to rent someplace for a few hours. So be it.
Oh, good thing we have a baby fund.
Yeah, true. But excited to see the friends,
Yes.
everybody else, and Arizona should be fairly cool. I mean, should be cooling off, right? I haven't
September? I don't
lived
know.
there in a while.
Labor Day? I feel like Labor Day is still fairly warm.
Yeah, you're right.
But I feel like July and August are like the worst.
True.
It has
Sure.
been a couple years. I don't know.
So let us know, guys. Hopefully it's been, chilling out there. But that just means Japan is right around the corner.
Yeah.
And I am very
Ready.
excited.
Very ready.
Excited to try some Japanese whiskey there. Really excited to try multiple different types of sakis. And boy, are we going to eat. I know we talked about this last time, Amanda being as pregnant as she is now, coming back looking double pregnant. I think that's going to happen because there's just a lot of awesome
The only
food to
little
be eaten.
street foods to eat. They got like really good like fried chicken and
Got our walking shoes ready.
yep.
These boots are made for walking.
That's just what we'll do.
So we're going to walk the shit out of it, eat a bunch of stuff. I think you said you bought our train passes.
Yeah, I did. I ordered the JR Rail Pass that got delivered to my mom's house. So got a pretty good deal on those. So we just have to take those with us. We won't be able to use it day one because it's only for 7 days. And we're there 8. So we're going to have to pay for the airport to our hotel.
Lovely.
But we can activate it the next day.
And then we can use that to get to Kyoto and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. We can use it to get back to the airport. We can use it to get around Tokyo. It just doesn't work on buses and like local trams and stuff like that.
Okay.
But
Not sure if we'd be taking those anyways. But ready to pound some sushi. Talking about pounding sushi, we'll talk about that a little bit later. And how? That was not a sex joke.
I know.
Jeez. I know exactly what you're thinking. Pound sushi. We'll talk about that later because Amanda's pregnant and some people think that's a no-no.
Yeah.
So our friends are potentially the ones that are watching our dog, Nina, are looking to move to Thailand now.
Yeah. 6 months into it.
Yeah, so really, are we 6 months? It's like we got here the first week of February. So February, March, April, May, June, July, almost 7 months now.
Almost 7. Yeah, we've been in here. I don't know.
We've been in here about 6 months. In this place, maybe a little longer.
The 17th. So 6 months and 10 days, to be exact, if you really wanted to know.
So we'll do a quick, little 6 month breakdown of our thoughts of being here, living in Mexico, so on and so forth in a moment. But yeah, our friends are like,
It wasn't so they had come down here and visited a bunch of times. They had some really good friends that live in their neighborhood, but now I don't know what's going on there. But neither of them are working right now. Like they're just living off savings. They had a whole lot saved up. So I don't know. I kind of feel Pia. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. We're literally so busy. Like we haven't really had the chance to just be tourists that often. Like we work on the weekends now. Yeah, they're not doing
anything. So it's like they're just doing everything here, I guess. I mean, I would assume that they're going out and doing all the things that you should be doing.
And they go to the beach a lot, like a couple times a week. We'd barely make it to the beach anymore because we've been so busy.
Yeah, we're in kind of crunch time. We got all these trips and things coming up. We're like, hey, it's time to buckle down.
Yeah, we need to
get this shit done, build this agency. We got the baby coming. We want to make sure that we're in a good spot come January.
Making sacrifices now.
Yeah. But they have been kind of just chilling, hanging out. And so maybe they've been seeing things that we haven't been seeing. But,
Yeah, but he's kind of bored. And the dollar is going down, so it's getting a little bit more expensive here. So
yeah, the dollar is not doing great right now.
It was like 20 when we got here, and now it's like 16.75 or something.
Yeah, close to 17, which ends up adding up in the long run. And so they're looking to move to Thailand. They're going to go check that out here in a couple months when we're back and we can watch their dog. But I think Thailand for sure will be better. I mean, I love Thailand.
I love Thailand.
Thai food is awesome.
Everyone's really nice.
Yeah, Thai people, much more aligned with, my lack thereof religious beliefs. It's just
the beaches are beautiful.
Yeah, beaches are awesome. You don't get this sarcasm issue over there.
Yeah.
Just overall, and it's a bit less westernized. Mexico is still fairly, westernized, but good luck learning Thai.
Yeah,
that language is tough.
I can't read shit. I have no idea what I'm looking at. I can read Spanish and get by.
Symbol or is that a letter? Somebody graffiti that? What is that?
No idea.
Lady boys, if you're into that, got a ton of those there. Only a few of them out here.
Yeah, so here I'll do like Anavar here, and then I'll just get a mommy makeover over there after our second kid or something.
Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff that you can do over there. I mean, there's good things to both places for sure.
Yeah.
Flying over there, having people visit, it's going to be much tougher.
Harder.
People come here all the time.
Yeah.
But
More expensive, longer.
we do more expensive to get over there for them. It's not going to be more expensive to live over there.
Yeah,
It's definitely cheaper to
Cheaper
live
for sure.
over there. And again, like we said, Thai food is better than Mexican food.
Yeah.
And if you don't think that's correct, you're an idiot. So
Any food is better than Playa del Carmen food. I'm just gonna be honest, but
yeah, the food here is not not the business.
unless you're paying American prices. I mean,
Yeah.
there's some good
There's
tacos. There's good tacos.
There's good tacos, and there's also fantastic restaurants, but those fantastic restaurants come at a price. And you can get fantastic food in the streets of Thailand.
For nothing.
Yeah, for essentially, $1, $2. So
Yeah.
we plan on going over there. I don't know if Thailand is where we'll be living. Our sights were kind of set on Vietnam, but we'll see what happens. That's up in the air
Maybe
when that
they'll
time comes.
still be over there. We can country hop and go see them to renew our visas, and they can
Yep.
come see us to renew theirs.
I can tell you at some point in time, before we make that decision, we will be going back over there with the kid or kids. So
Yeah.
we'll figure it out. But excited for them. That should be awesome. Let's see here. What else happened this week? Oh, we helped a couple friends put some serious IULs in place. And they're going to be in a good spot when retirement comes. If you guys don't know exactly what you're doing for retirement, if you've been looking at your 401k and you're like, you know what? It doesn't seem like it's been doing that great. And by that great, I mean it's been losing money.
Yeah.
Then you know what? It's probably time to just schedule an appointment with us. Just take a look at what we're talking about. Let us educate you, because I promise you it's better to have the information than not. What you decide to do with that information is completely up to you. But there's a reason why so many people are talking about these things these days. It's because the old way of doing things, 401k, the way that they told you, is not working. It's broken. Or take whatever money you have in your 401k and go to Vegas and bet it all on black. Because you're essentially doing the same thing by having the opportunity to lose your money. Why lose your retirement?
Yeah.
Why risk losing your retirement? Put it in something safer.
Gosh.
That's what we're here to help with. Or don't. Whatever. It's up to you. We'll be chilling, though, with a few friends who have their IULs in
Yeah.
place, and they'll
And
be
our
in good spots.
annuities and all that.
Yeah. It's a lot of cool stuff to do, so we'd love to educate you. Didn't you have an awesome dream? Awesome dream?
Oh, last night? Oh my God. I had a dream about the baby shower. You know what? I had two weird dreams last night, but
Here's the deal, man.
Here's the deal. Let him have it.
yeah. So I had a dream that
White people and black people.
I had a dream about the baby shower, and I think it was in the old house that I grew up. It definitely wasn't in their house now, but it was my mom's house in the dream, and like no one showed up. So we have 35, 38 people that have RSVP'd right now, and there was like 5 to 9 people that showed up in my dream to our baby shower. You weren't there.
I heard it wasn't going to be popping.
Who's all gonna be over there?
Yeah, like, this doesn't look like a good list.
Gosh. And then so like my mom
You didn't tell
had
me I wasn't there. That's funny.
I know, I literally just remembered. And then so my mom had all these like really serious things, like serious like poster type things. Like it wasn't a game. It was more of like a flash, like a flip card type thing. And then there was like a little story on the back. But like one of them was like postpartum depression. Another one was like, I don't know, something like miscarriage and all these things. And she was
Exciting games for sure.
God. And she was like, well, before you flip this, you have to call so-and-so and talk about their experience that's on the card. I'm like, this is a horrible idea. This is awful. I don't even want to be here.
And there's no alcohol.
And
here,
there's no
Mom.
alcohol.
What are we doing?
And then so I was like, I remember in my dream, I was going to my friends and I was just like, I have no idea what's going on right now. Like, I'm sorry. You guys can all leave, like, if you want.
All 5 to 9 of you. You guys, the other ones must have got wind that
Yeah.
my mom was going to have us play these depressing games.
They weren't even games. It was just so weird. 'Cause I remember.
Educational purposes.
Because one of the girls that I sent an invite to, I was like, in real life, this is real life, yesterday. I'm like, hey, there's not really going to be games. I'm not really like into games. And she's like, oh, cool, I'm not into games either. And I was like, oh, thank God. I mean, we're going to have like cornhole and like.
Both you bitches are into games. All chicks are into games. Y'all be playing games and shit.
Those are different kinds of games. Mind games.
Yeah, those are mind games.
But yeah, I just woke up and I was like, what the fuck? But then it's funny because last night, no, not last night. I don't mean last night. Like last weekend, remember I had a dream that my mom was yelling at me. And in my dream, I was like, this dream sucks.
What?
And she was like, you're not in a dream, Amanda. This is real life. So that I had a dream about my niece that she was talking to some super older dude that's like a predator type thing. But then the dream that I had last night, right after I had the baby shower dream, was my niece got kidnapped. I've had all these dreams about Balin, and they're awful. Granted, we found her, and then I ended up like having powers and flying and stuff like that. I don't know.
What happened to that dude's ass?
It was weird. I could go down into that one, but I'm not going to. It all worked out okay in the end, except the baby shower. That dream was ruined.
So let's, Amanda has the weirdest fucking dream.
I do
swear to God.
every night.
So Thursday, we're going to be going to this free event out here and interviewing some doulas. Mm-hmm. Doula oblongata. So, yeah, let's kind of check out different classes that they offer. You want to talk a little bit more about it? Because I don't know exactly what's going on there.
You're fine. So
That was about the gist of what I had.
yeah, no, you did great, baby.
Thanks.
So the first place that we went to when we first got pregnant out here was a birth center called Salud Primo, and it's a full-on birth center. They have the OB, which is the one that we moved from because he didn't speak a lot of English, but they also have midwives and doulas. You can have the baby there. They have like water births. You can hire the doulas. They do like lactation classes. They do birthing prep courses, like anything baby birth related, stuff like that they have there. So
And again, a doula is what?
a doula is a person that you hire to be of support. Most doulas do not have any technical medical training, so they can't actually deliver the baby unless they're a doula midwife combo. Midwives have medical training, doulas do not. So I think they have like a combo doula midwives there. We'll go meet them and find out. But doulas are more so there to support you during the labor process. So statistics show if you have a doula, you are 60% less likely to use an epidural and to have a natural, a non-medicated birthing experience. You have less risk of postpartum depression and all these other things. And since my mom won't be here, I would really like someone who knows what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing. Help me, I'm poor. No.
Help me.
So they just like help with positions, and they teach you ways to help support me as far as like the hip pressure points and stuff like that. I tell them my birth plan, and they basically make sure that it goes according to plan. If the doctor is trying to be like, oh no, we should hook this monitor up, she's gonna be like, well, actually, maybe we should talk about this for a second. You know,
Amanda doesn't want that.
I don't want that. So, yeah, so even if you're not giving birth at the birthing center, you can still hire their doulas. It's luckily, I've heard really good things about their doulas, but our doctor did also recommend a different doula outside of the birthing center So we're going to meet her, and then we're going to meet the birthing center doulas and figure out who I want to do the birthing classes with and who I want to hire as a doula, because it's good to interview more than one.
And there you have it. But before we do that on Thursday, we will be celebrating Amanda's 65th birthday on Wednesday.
My birthday
Some of
is
you may be
Wednesday.
saying,
What?
she looks really good for her age. She does.
Thank you. I get Botox.
Big 65 on Wednesday. Very exciting.
Try it out.
Going to try out a new place for dinner. If we can make it there in time before she falls asleep, because that's what old people do. They fall asleep early. So,
Gosh.
we'll be celebrating her birthday.
I don't
Excited for
even, normally I'm like, that's my fucking birthday week, but we have so much shit going on.
We have a lot of shit going on.
And the fact that I can't drink champagne, you know, it's just like another day.
Yeah. I haven't really, to be honest with you, we haven't really planned anything.
No.
Luckily, we're going to Japan. That was kind of
Yeah.
another reason why we,
Yeah, and that's my thing too. I'm like, I don't even really need to go out to dinner.
yeah, it's not like we're, you know, young where you're like, I got to celebrate on my day. It has to be on the day that I was born that we're celebrating my birthday, and, you know, let's do something for the whole week. Now we got shit going on. We're grown-ups. It's not that it's not important, but
Yeah.
we usually always book a trip for our birthdays, and this
Yeah,
is kind of her
around-
trip for Japan.
And it's our anniversary, our wedding
Yeah.
anniversary.
That's right. We did get married.
We are married, yes.
Mm-hmm.
This will be our 2-year wedding anniversary,
Oh, yeah, wow. Only 2 years.
but we've been together for 5.
Yes. I always get our dates confused. So originally it was just our normal, like, anniversary, which was,
You're dating.
what, like the 12th?
Yep.
And then our actual, I guess we didn't take into consideration when I proposed to you, that's not a real
No.
date. But then our wedding was on, what was that, the 5th?
Yeah. Good
September
job. Good job.
I'm very bad with numbers. I know her birthday's on the 30th. And I do know she's turning 65. So the important things, you remember the important things.
Here you go with these numbers.
Yeah. So, yeah, I got married for only 2 years. It seems like,
It,
with you being 65 and all, it seems like a lifetime.
yeah. Well, my life is almost over apparently. So
No, you're in good health. You'll last a while.
I'm geriatric mother.
Yeah. You do act a whole lot like my mom, which did some constantly doing stuff that I'm like,
That's funny.
I married my mom. But, you know, she's awesome. So,
Yeah. Hopefully my wits will come back after this baby's out. I feel a little stupid right now.
yeah, there's a couple things where you're like, we'll go ahead and blame that on the mommy brain. That's all right.
I'm just kind of getting by, you guys.
It's been rough. There's been some ups and some downs, but mostly downs. No.
I gave you a fork instead of a spoon.
I mean, that's not a huge, like, that's not like a mommy brain thing. She brought me pasta salad the other day. I made some pasta salad, and she brought me some in while I was working. And she brought it to me with a fork, which some of you may be thinking, pasta salad should be eaten with a fork. I don't have the patience or the time to be stabbing noodles amongst other little things that I chopped up
Yeah.
in the pasta salad in that bowl. Bring me the big boy spoon. Let me scoop that shit up
Yep.
and shovel it into my mouth.
Yeah.
I got very frustrated while I was doing that. So,
I ate mine with a fork, but I also eat slower than he does. So
yeah. I'm like, I got 3 minutes. Got to eat this.
my bad.
I don't like eating anything with a fork except something that I'm legitimately supposed to be
steak or-
stabbing, like a steak, yes.
Yeah.
So, let's talk about our 6-month review. Got a couple questions here for you that I want to ask and get your opinion or answer on. Let's start out with something positive. What do you like most about living here?
I like that the beach is here and it's affordable to live next to the beach. I would say that's number 1 on my list.
Definitely affordable to live next to the beach. We are getting a bigger place, a standalone house. It's a more expensive place, of course. But really, anywhere you live here is going to be, 8-10 minute drive from the beach.
Yeah.
which is fantastic.
The next house is geographically closer to the beach, but the road you have to drive down is filled with topes. So you have to drive really, really slow. So that takes a while. But it's like not far at all.
Topes are bumps.
Yeah, topes are speed bumps. But it's not far at all.
Yeah, I would say not even 2 miles. Like,
Yeah, geographically.
yeah,
speaking.
geographically.
Yeah.
So,
Probably walk there faster than the cars.
okay. So, beach.
Okay. Like,
What do you like least about living here?
that I like least. I would say, well, our power going out and shit, but I think that's
the
just
inconsistency
related.
of the internet.
I think
and
that's just
power.
related to our complex. I'm hoping that's better the next place. But I would just say the lack of modern modern like
Modernicities.
modernicity is
That's not the right word.
and it's not like I'm bothered. It's not like things are like, you know, just really dirty and like dingy here. Maybe it might just be related to being by the beach and everything's just dusty. And I mean, just that could be it. So I don't know.
Okay. The lack of modernness. And I wish we were closer to a Costco.
Yeah.
All right, question number 3. What's something that's surprised you about living here? Could be good, could be bad.
Surprise me. I would say overall people are pretty friendly. That's not really a surprise factor though.
Shit, I thought these were going to be rude Mexicans. Jeez.
No, just, I don't know.
Like fucking gringo.
I will say, even if you tell people you're learning Spanish and you don't know that much, they still
like,
talk.
okay.
They talk the same speed as if they were talking to you, and then you're like, "I'm sorry, my Spanish isn't that good," and then they continue to talk in the same speed.
You know what's something that surprised me? How many fucking people asked me to work in on my sets at the gym? Like, it's not a big deal. Like, if I'm on a machine and they're like, "Hey, can I get in and work in that with you?" No.
You can wait.
I'm working
2
out on
minutes.
this machine. I'm consistently going. It's not like I take 5-minute breaks between every fucking set I do. People here will ask you to work in with you, and they'll be working on 3 different machines, and you're like, "No, homie, I'm not letting you work in with me. Fucking wait." That stuff drives me crazy. And then I look like the rude one when I tell them, "No, you cannot work in with me." Fuck out of here. Anyways, let's see here. Could you live here forever?
Forever? No. I wouldn't want to.
I agree. I don't know if I could potentially live anywhere forever, but
I didn't want to live in Arizona forever. I didn't want to live in Vancouver forever.
don't want to live here forever.
I don't want to live here forever.
See
I
what
would
happens
say we
when
got
we
it.
move to, like, you know, Portugal or Spain or something, if you're like, But again, one of our whole things is having homes in multiple places, so we don't have to be in one place forever.
Yeah, as long as we like those places enough to spend, time with. I don't even know where we're gonna go next.
Yeah,
I haven't.
don't either.
We're
gonna figure it out. Kind of got to play it by ear with what happens with Nina.
Yep.
Talking about you, Nina. Okay, so what is the cost of living like, and how does it compare to some of the other places that we've lived?
I would say the cost of living is lower. The dollar conversion is obviously not helping at this point, but overall it's still lower. So we just spent $130 on groceries. I feel like in Vancouver was more expensive than Phoenix. So,
Yes.
At
least when we were living there. I know Phoenix is really booming,
yeah.
so you don't know.
So that's 2019. Basically, early 2020 is the last time we lived in Arizona. So, our rent for the house that we're moving into, I feel like if that house were in Arizona, it would be like $2,500 or something.
Yeah.
Because if our rental house is going for 19 to 2,000,
Yeah, and it's only
1360
1,300 square feet. Yeah. And this place is, again, 8 minutes from the beach, 1,700 square feet. brand new.
Yeah. It's got a nice gated community with a pool, like amenities, all that stuff. Yeah, so I would definitely say it's overall better. The cost of water and gas is a lot cheaper. Electricity is fairly reasonable to the U.S., cheaper than Arizona, but more expensive than Washington. But also we're in a tropical place, so we need the air running.
Mm-hmm. Gas, fairly
Gasoline.
expensive.
Yeah, gasoline is expensive. Food is getting up there, but overall it's still lower. But the access to fruits and vegetables, I really like that about here.
I would say more so the access to fruits. Their access to vegetables doesn't seem to be
Oh yeah, like salads and
as
stuff.
good.
No.
Yeah, they seem to be lacking in some of those places.
Yeah, but you can get broccoli and green beans and
Mm-hmm.
that stuff. But the fruits, mangoes, dragon fruits, like things that I wouldn't normally eat in the States, that I really like.
Definitely. Next question. What are the healthcare options and quality of medical services available for expats?
So medical care in Mexico, it's not required by the government like it technically is in the States. They have a universal healthcare system here for citizens. It's kind of a lower cost. You go to the regular hospitals, or you have an option to buy private insurance, and then you can go to the private hospitals. The only reason, so I have medical insurance and Sean does not. And I don't even think you haven't been to the doctor or anything.
No,
Yeah,
we just went to the dentist to get our teeth cleaned.
Yeah,
That's it.
and we don't have dental insurance, and that was only $50
Yep.
a person for a really good cleaning.
Nice and gentle.
So for the medical care that I have, I pay $220. It just went up to $240 per month, but I specifically got it for the maternity benefits. So as far as maternity benefits, I still pay when we go to the doctor, but the insurance will reimburse us for the birth. Birth here should only be about between $2,000 and $3,000, even at a hospital. And I don't have a deductible with the birth, so I'm literally going to get it all reimbursed. But we could easily have paid $3,000 for the birth on ourselves. But the reason I have the health insurance is in case something goes wrong, in case there's something's wrong with the baby, it covers all of that stuff. So once we have the baby and the baby's healthy, I'm going to get rid of it. But the cost of medical stuff is very affordable here. A lot of people, if you watch like YouTube videos and stuff like that of like the expats that live here, they're like, oh, I broke my ankle without insurance. I had surgery and it was like $1,500,
Yeah.
including everything. Like we would pay, I don't know, $500 a month for health care for the both of us, and then go to the doctor and still get a bill for $400. Like,
Yeah.
it's just different. Like that
And that
might
really
be
sucks
right
when you're
up
not
there.
when you're really healthy. Like you're still paying it and you're like, well, just in case fucking something happens, and then you don't have anything happen for years. You're like, well, I've been paying all this money. It's not like it stockpiles and I get more and more fucking money that I can potentially use.
Yeah, but even in the U.S., even if something catastrophic did happen, you still have to pay up to your deductible, which could be $7,000. Like,
Yeah.
something really, really fucking awful has to happen with you in the U.S. for the health insurance to really...
So when you start breaking that type of stuff down, you're definitely saving much more money living here.
Yeah.
If you're a responsible adult in the U.S. and you have, the necessary types of insurance and whatnot.
Mm.
Okay. How safe do you feel since living here? I know that's a big concern for a lot of people.
I've never felt unsafe here. Granted, I'm not walking around at 2 a.m.
Looking for Coke.
looking for Coke by myself on 5th, but
I look for Coke with friends.
on 10th.
Yeah, not on 5th. 10th.
No, I've never felt unsafe, even if I'm out and about by myself, like without Sean. Like, even when we're driving home after the fights at midnight, like nothing, I never see anything sketch. Our friend Mason just saw something kind of interesting, but
Yeah, I think somebody got I think somebody got shot or something down on 5th. But again, you're on 5th. 5th Avenue is where all the
Rowdiness is,
No, just
all
where
the drug work
all
is.
the people that are visiting, all the
Yeah.
all of those people, the vacationers, everybody, that's where they're at. So that's where the drugs are sold. That's where all the bars and the drinks are. Like, okay, somebody got shot. Like,
My friend in Arizona literally just posted a recording from his backyard. You could see the street behind. He's like, I just witnessed a shooting last night. If anyone got injured and needs a video, let me know.
so
That's South Phoenix for you.
yeah, there's nothing here that's really, I haven't felt concerned at any point in time.
I'm bigger than 80% of the people here.
Yeah, not bigger, but like bigger.
Taller.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Some of these chicks may be quadded up, but they're small.
yeah, exactly. No, I felt very safe.
Do you feel like this would be a suitable place to raise children?
Yeah, I feel like it's very friendly, family friendly here. You know, there's fucking kids everywhere. They're at the beach. They're in the restaurants. They're in the grocery stores. They're fucking everywhere. They're outside right
They're
now.
everywhere,
Like,
Or was just playing around places. Like, I think it's probably actually safer here. You see kids just like running around doing things.
yeah.
Like, I don't know how many people are getting abducted and shit, but
I don't.
it
Gosh.
just doesn't seem like it's as big of a deal as it is in the States.
Yeah, definitely not. Well, what are they gonna do? Bribe you for money here? Like,
All right, last question for this. How do you feel about public transportation? Do you feel like it's 100% necessary to have a car here, or could that be something that you relied on?
ooh, definitely not necessary to have a car here. Taxis are extremely affordable. They have huge buses that run from the airport to Playa to Tulum and back multiple times a day. That's air conditioned. A lot of people don't actually have cars here. So they have things that are called colectivos, which are like passenger vans that have certain set routes that they do all day, every day. It's kind of like those little buses in Tempe and Mesa and all that shit. I don't know, like Burt. No, that's San Francisco. Bart? Was it Bart? There's a couple little like.
Bert and Ernie is the only Bert I know. Bert Kreischer.
There's so the vans will just have like the neighborhoods that they stop by, and they go on freeways, like
It seems like
grocery stores everywhere.
basically nobody has a car here. It's kind of what it feels like.
But yet there's
people with
fucking people
cars.
driving on.
Yeah,
Dumbasses.
yeah.
But no, you definitely don't need a car here. It's a convenience, especially like where we're living, like out in the burbs-ish area. It's easier, but it's not impossible.
And out in the burbs is literally, if we're 8 minutes from the beach, out in the burbs is 6 minutes from the center of the city.
Yeah.
So very condensed, which is nice when you live in a place like this because that makes it a whole lot easier. So,
Yeah.
Tell me, talk a little bit about my We're Pregnant book, First Time Dad's Handbook to Pregnancy. And week 21,
Coming in hot.
we're talking about Kung Fu fighting.
Oh, is that what he's doing in there?
Yeah. So we did just have our 20-week checkup.
Yep.
And, want to make sure that the baby was good to go. You know, you're getting at that halfway mark. We need to double confirm that it was a boy,
Yeah.
which we did, and it
You
is.
saw his little wiener.
Don't tell people that. No, I'm just kidding. We did.
We also
saw
saw his feet.
his feet. His hands. Yeah, he was in a weird spot, and the placenta's kind of in front of him, covering him a little bit.
I have an
so.
anterior placenta, so it's in the front. So he tried to like 3D his face. He's like, your placenta's blocking half of his face.
Mm-hmm.
He had me roll over, and it still was there. I was like, I don't know.
Holy shit. I'm reading this right now. Your baby is closing in on a foot in length.
Oh my God.
And a pound in weight. The good news is that hopefully mom is not feeling as bad as she was during the first trimester. Luckily, we didn't feel bad during the first trimester. I felt pretty great. And her appetite should almost be completely back to normal.
It
I
never
haven't
went
seen
away.
I haven't seen it waver.
I wish it did at some points.
One thing to note is that the flavor of amniotic fluid varies from day to day depending on what she's eaten. So in theory, you've got a decent chance of your baby liking things like carrots and whatever is on your menu because they're swallowing this amniotic fluid, not only for hydration, but nutrition as well. Looks like baby's going to like tacos
Tacos.
and rice bowls. And another thing to keep in mind, definitely get the baby some sushi. Make sure you're eating nuts and stuff too right now.
I'm eating all of the peanut butter.
Yeah, that's
For
good. No peanut allergies. We don't play with that shit.
No.
Another thing to keep in mind is that the baby's arms and legs are now fully in proportion. So the punches and the kicks will be much more coordinated movements rather than herky-jerky moves mom has felt up to now. Really confused if she's been feeling movements. We can't pinpoint it down.
I don't know if it's like gas bubbles, but they're fairly in one spot, fairly low, but fairly low beneath my belly button on the right side. That's one spot I feel fairly frequently in the evening. So it might be him. I don't know.
Yeah, let us know when you guys started feeling your first, legit baby movements and whatnot. So, stats for your baby. Your baby is as long as a carrot and as thick as an endive. What the hell is that? Baby's eyebrows have grown in. Very nice. Nobody likes that no eyebrow look. Always creepy. And it's not a female, so that's not an issue there. Mom's body has increased oil production and progesterone level is increasing as well. Pressure on the bladder and legs is also increasing. Complaints such as nausea, dizziness, and overall fatigue have decreased or disappeared altogether. I wouldn't say dizziness has disappeared. You stand up and you're still lightheaded as shit. Her mood is upbeat and her energy is high. I agree with that. And she could get varicose or spider veins. Uh-oh.
Oh, great.
Let's not do that. Wonder how you avoid that. Massaging of the legs, or ask the doctor about preeclampsia, as this is a typical week with symptoms might appear. Okay.
Preeclampsia, I think, is the high blood pressure.
Oh, here we go. Check your legs. Help mom steer clear of varicose veins. These veins are common in the lower half of the body during pregnancy as women produce an extra volume of blood. Encourage her to keep her legs uncrossed while watching TV at night. If I see you cross those legs, I'm going to hit you. Keep moving during the day and maybe even sleep on her left side when possible. This avoids putting pressure on the main blood vessel that keeps circulation moving.
Yep, we talked about that last week.
Yep. Go shoe shopping. We just did this. Not for you. Oh. But for your mom, we did this. She has more likely given you the highest of her heels, and now her new best friend is about to become the flats. We got her some new walkie-walkie shoes.
Walkie-walkie tennis shoes.
So that, is going to be good. And if she gets shoes, I get shoes. No. We both needed shoes.
Yes.
For all the walking we would be doing.
In Japan.
Alrighty, we're at the 48-minute mark. You want to go ahead and jump into your topic of the day. Now, this may be a little,
A little controversial.
From the entire Channel 4 news team, I'm Veronica Corningstone.
And I'm Ron Burgundy. Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
Well,
good luck, Florida.
good luck, Florida, with that hurricane. All right, so today's topic is on eating raw sushi while pregnant.
It's going to be good.
My laptop was about to die, so I did as much research as I could in a very short amount of time. So this is not conclusive. However, I tried to find articles to fit what I wanted them to say.
Hey, let's be honest here, folks. First of all, the type of sushi you eat is very important.
Yeah.
High quality grade sushi is going to definitely be better for you. But also, people in Japan don't stop eating sushi when they're pregnant. Those people have some of the longest lives out of anybody in the world. Us as Americans, I mentioned this earlier, who are telling people, hey, you should watch how you do this or watch how you do that. We have the most obese people per capita in the world.
Yeah.
And yet we're like, maybe you probably shouldn't eat sushi or do this or do that while you're pregnant. It's like, you know what? Let me check in with the people that are doing well. So, yeah. If you didn't eat sushi, that's on you. But you probably also didn't go to Japan.
if you were going to eat sushi anywhere during pregnancy, Japan is the place to do it. So, just full disclosure, we did tell our doctor that we're going to Japan, and he said, just don't eat sushi every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, good, I'm going to eat lots of noodles. And he laughed and said, okay. So, in America, the American College of Obstetrician and Gynecology, aka ACOG, which is who a lot of doctors in the U.S. base their medical information from, they say, better be safe than sorry, stay away from raw sushi. So I know sushi is in this, when you think of sushi, everyone always thinks of like sashimi and stuff, but there's a lot of other types of sushi that's edible for pregnant people. Cooked fish, fried rolls,
deep fried
vegetable rolls, California rolls. That
Imitation
doesn't have
crab rolls.
stuff like that. So that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about raw fish in the sushi, like sashimi.
Straight sashimi.
Yeah, stuff like that. So the reason that people say to avoid it is the risk of foodborne illnesses. So listeria and toxoplasmosis. When we got my blood work done when we first got pregnant, he tested to see if I had antibodies for toxoplasmosis, and I don't. So I don't have the antibodies for it. So technically I could get it, and it could make me sick and could potentially have harm to the baby. So this is kind of like a personal thing of weighing. Everyone has what's the word I'm looking for? Like everyone has their pros and cons or like their limits of things that they find value in, like the risk and reward assessment. Here we go, stuff like that. So a lot of people in regards to raw fish are concerned about listeria, it can be very dangerous to the baby. It's found in uncooked meats, so like, raw steak, that's why they say like don't cook or don't eat super raw or rare meat when you're pregnant. Deli meats, eggs, unpasteurized dairy products, stuff like that, like prepackaged lettuce, or just like lettuce and produce in general. That's why it's always recommended to wash your fruits and vegetables before you eat them, is to lower the risk of foodborne illnesses. So that's kind of what they're concerned about when it comes to eating sushi. So a lot of other countries are like, hey, if it's flash frozen first, then that has a really high chance of killing all the bacteria. And, if there's any gross eggs and stuff that are in there, like the flash frozen process will kill all that in the same aspect of a heat process will also kill bacteria. So I know fairly common in the UK, their guidelines are, as long as the fish was frozen first, go for it, So, and obviously in Japan, raw fish is a huge food staple, and they don't necessarily eat sushi every day. I mean, a lot of people do, but
They probably eat noodle every day.
yeah, probably noodle and rice every day. So as far as, besides the whole listeria thing, another big topic is mercury levels.
Mm-hmm.
So whether or not you're eating raw or cooked fish, you should stay away from fish that have high mercury in general, which is like yellowfin tuna, yellowtail, mackerel, sharks, swordfish, stuff like that. So
Some good ones.
yeah, so even if I'm eating raw fish, I definitely want to stay away from yellowfin tuna, which I know is really good, your yellowtail, like all that stuff. So I'm not going to eat that in general, but I thought it was really interesting. So I started looking up the listeria statistics between Japan and the U.S., and some of this information is a little outdated, but like I said, I was kind of
Looking for what appeals to me.
well, like my laptop was literally about to die, and I was too lazy to go get the charger. So, so when I do these little tidbits here, I get most of the information from the medical journals, like National Medical Publishing, like actual real in-depth stuff like that, and I skim through the articles, and I take the pieces that I can understand, because it's very like wordy. But basically, so from the year 2000 to 2012, there was samples collected from Japan and the U.S. to compare listeria. So in Japan, in that survey time period, 2.2% of fresh seafood had the bacteria that could cause listeria. 7.19% of seafood products had it. I'm not sure what the difference is between the seafood products and the fresh seafood. And then 3.89 of unheated deli meat had traces of listeria bacteria, but 18% of pickled vegetables had it.
Wow.
Mostly a pickled cucumber.
Love a good cucumber salad.
Yeah. This is, granted, this information is kind of old. So in the U.S., fresh seafood samples, 7% had listeria. 9.5% of seafood products had listeria, and unheated deli meat was 10.9%.
It's much higher.
Pickled vegetables in the U.S. was only 2.1%. So if you're thinking about the things that give you listeria that the media is telling you to be afraid of, like don't eat raw fish. The raw fish is the lowest in Japan. So technically they said they only had one listeria outbreak per se, and it was in 2001, and it was from unpasteurized cheese. And now they do not allow, like they test all of the cheese before it gets into the country. Like there's 0% now that has any bacteria of listeria.
I didn't even know Japanese really ate cheese.
Yeah.
I don't really see it in their diet.
So the risk of listeria is lower in Japan than it is in North America and the Western countries. But the things that do have the highest amount of listeria in Japan from ready-to-eat packaging things is going to be minced tuna
Okay.
and cod roe.
I do not like roe, so.
So, yeah.
Alrighty, well, that is our one bit of educational information for the podcast.
I'm going to eat sushi and sashimi in Japan, and there's nothing anyone can do to stop me because it's my risk reward. I'm not going to eat it every day, but hopefully everything's fine.
You know
But
what
if
will
I-
help kill that?
Walking 10 miles a day,
The alcohol we'll be drinking. No, I'm just kidding.
you'll be drinking.
Amanda won't be drinking alcohol.
No, I will not.
Just eating sushi.
Just
And again, there's many types of sushi. So
yeah. I'm not going to be eating
only
sashimi
Only
all day,
sashimi.
every day, you know. I'll have some cooked cooked
cooked roe.
rolls. Jesus. And, you know, sprinkle in some sashimi because it's awesome and it's a really good source of protein and healthy fats.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, with that being said, I think it's time we wrap up the podcast with...
oh God.
What's up? You have selected.
I'm not confident on this one for you here.
I'm never confident.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
I love 90s. Oh, here comes Nina.
All right, Nina.
Hey, sheepy girl.
You love the 90s? Here we go, Nina. Question number 1 for Sumadre. Name at least 3 of the 5 NSYNC members.
Okay. Justin Timberlake.
Correct.
Lance. There's
Correct.
a Joe or Joey.
Correct.
There's a hold on. Okay, Lance Bass, Justin, Joey. Who's the dark-haired dude? Or is that Joey?
A bunch of them have dark hair.
I know.
You know what? That's good enough. That was 3. Those are the 3 that most people know. The other 2 would be JC and Chris.
Okay. JC was who I had pictured in my head that I couldn't think of. I never would have got Chris. I could have just guessed a white person's name.
Yep. Well, that's exactly what you're going to do for this next one when the question is name 2 of the 5 Backstreet members.
Oh God, I don't know Backstreet Boys. Aaron.
Nope, it was his brother.
Oh, fucking Aaron Carter. Brian.
Brian is a name. Yes, Brian is one of the names. Okay. That is not his name, but Brian is one.
Brian and.
Can you get
Jason.
No. Remember the kid who wore the long trench coat? The one that kind of looks, a little matrixy? And you're not getting Aaron Carter's brother's name yet.
Carter. Ugh.
5,
I
4,
want Team NSYNC, y'all.
3.
I don't know.
2.
That's wrong. Incorrect.
You just threw out Brian, and that just happened to be a name, so I knew you were going to not get this one. But Nick Carter.
Nick Carter. Damn.
Nick, Kevin, AJ, and Howie.
No. I could have probably pulled Nick out of my ass, but.
Yeah, I think you probably could have pulled Kevin too. Kevin. All right,
Doesn't
one for
sound like a singer name.
1 for 2. No, but that was the guy that had the Keanu Reeves thing going on.
No. Keanu.
Number 3. 1 for 2 here, 50%. Name Dr. Dre's first solo album. Hint, it was released in 1992.
His first solo album.
Essentially.
Still Dre came out in 2001.
So it was well before that. Solo meaning, he had broke off from NWA and that stuff.
Ooh, I am so bad with album names. I'd
give you another hint. It's probably one of his most popular albums ever.
Dr. Dre. It's not Hypnotic.
5,
Shit.
4, 3, 2.
No.
But that's wrong. Incorrect.
Not
I
as
know.
black as we thought, folks. It's The Chronic.
The Chronic. Damn.
Right there.
What did I just say? I said
Hypnotic.
hypnotic. Oh, like,
Hypnotic.
no.
I was going to say, that's a drink. This is a little bit more of smoke.
Oh my gosh. Sorry. I know the people listening are very disappointed.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That's
All of our black fans have now wrote you off.
very embarrassing.
Alrighty, this is the last one. And there's not a chance you're going to get this right, but I just want to hear some of the things you may think it is. What hip-hop song was number 1 on the billboards the longest period of time in the 1990s?
Ice Ice Baby.
No.
In the 90s?
Mm-hmm.
Was it a Biggie song?
If I give you a hint, it was not a Biggie song.
It was a Tupac song.
Nope, it was something to do with Biggie.
Jay-Z?
Nope.
Something to do with Biggie.
Who else wrote about Biggie?
Wrote about him?
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone? I don't know. Diddy?
Yep.
Okay. So let's see. The number, it's a song.
Yep.
Every step you take.
Hey, I was not expecting you to get that.
That
You guessed
came
Ice
out-
Ice Baby, and then I give you a little bit of a hint, but it ended up getting there.
Shane used to have that album. It came out in
I'll
'94.
Be Missing You. Puff Daddy, Faith Evans, featuring 112. Came out in 97.
No, '97.
Stayed at the top for 11 weeks.
Okay. Whew. All right, I feel a little bit better.
All right, 2 for 4. Wow. You really, Nick, Kevin, I think you could have pulled those out of your ass, but, I think that's, you've been doing pretty good lately. Not too bad.
Mm-hmm, thanks.
Yeah. So, it's good podcast.
Thank you.
Hopefully that was educational for you guys if you feel like potentially moving to Mexico. Some of the best reasons why I live here and some of the worst. Nowhere's perfect, but
Nowhere's perfect.
this place isn't too bad.
That'll do, donkey.
That will do. Episode 41, Trying to Parent Podcast. We'll be back next week, probably with a doubleheader.
Next week we'll be moving.
Yeah. We'll figure
We'll
something
figure
out.
it out, yeah.
It's
Love
been
you.
real, y'all. Love you too, baby.
And I love all you guys listening. Thank you.
Peace.